Hi everyone, I'm Bill.
And I'm Natasha.
And we're nursing our travel bug.
For those of you new to our channel, we are a travel nurse family of 4, and we travel the country in our fifth wheel RV.
That's right, we've been on the road for about almost 3 years now. It'll be 3 years in May.
Yes, so thank you for joining us.
This week, we're wrapping up our time in Connecticut. We wanted to give you a few more things we think you should check out.
Yeah, the 4 places we checked out were the Peabody Museum, the Soldiers and Sailors Memorial, Hammond Beach State Park, and the Mark Twain Museum.
First up is the Peabody Museum. We had a bit of a discussion if it's Peabody or if it's Peabody. It's in the Northeast, so it might be Peabody. Like, isn't there a Peabody, Massachusetts? Either way, this museum was pretty cool.
It was. We had a blast. This museum has all kinds of standard exhibits, and then of course they have their seasonal exhibits, but some of the favorites for us were the Egyptian artifacts exhibit because we were studying Egyptians in cuneiform in homeschool. The dinosaurs, of course, is always a big hit, and the earth and minerals was also very fascinating.
It was really cool, and as a bonus we got to use our reciprocity membership and we got in free. We went twice, as a matter of fact.
Yes.
So here's that footage. Check it out.
Hi, I'm Bella. We're at the Yale Peabody Museum in East Haven, Connecticut. Check it out.
Look at that dinosaur! What?
Size to more than 9 feet tall.
Is that Ghost?
We just finished up our tour of the Peabody Museum. Will, what did you think?
It was cool. My favorite part was the rock area.
How about you, Bella?
My favorite part was the third floor with all the geology stuff and all the quartz and the rocks and stuff. That was really cool.
I really enjoyed the dinosaur exhibit. It was a lot of fun, and they had a lot of really great dinosaur bones and figures.
I think the Egyptian history is interesting. I always get creeped out by the mummies, though. Looking at people's remains, just kind of strange to me.
Yes.
But a good one. If you got the any of those reciprocal benefit memberships, if you're in the area, or even if you don't have that, it's worth the money. Come check it out.
Yes, definitely lots to see and lots to do, but give yourself probably a good 4 or 5 hours to really see everything in the museum. Our next stop on our Connecticut tour is the Soldiers and Sailors Memorial Monument. Now, this thing you can actually see no matter how you're coming into town via the interstate. It sits up on a big giant hill overlooking the entire city, and we always assumed it was a lighthouse because New Haven is right on the water of the Long Island Sound. So one day we decided to travel up there and check it out, and lo and behold, we found it's actually a memorial for the residents who had given their lives in some of the wars.
That's right. It represented the Revolutionary War, the Civil War, the Mexican-American War, and the War of 1812.
One of the bonus features of this memorial is the fact that it sits up on East Rock, right above the entire city, and you just have a gorgeous, gorgeous view of not only the entire city, but way out onto the Sound, where you can actually see a real lighthouse.
That's right. Our time there was pretty short, but we did capture some pretty good footage, and here that is. Alright, next up on the list is Hammonasset Beach State Park. This one was actually pretty close to where we were staying. It's actually in Madison, Connecticut. And we saw the sign and we thought we would go check it out. For those that aren't in the area, or if you're not from Connecticut, there is a park fee. I think we paid $22 to get in there. And you can get a yearly pass. I want to say it was $135.
Yeah, it's pretty steep if you're not a resident.
But we thought a day at the beach, that sounded amazing. Because we just came from Florida and we're like, ooh, another beach. This is going to be great.
Yes.
This one was a little bit different though.
Yeah, the beaches are not sandy white, dip your toes in the sand kind of beaches. They were almost more of a gravel consistency, and there were seashells strewn everywhere. We had actually taken off our shoes and our socks to stroll along the beach and cut up the bottoms of our feet. Not super pleasant. Not to mention the fact that the water was frigid, ice cold water. But it was still beautiful.
Mm-hmm. I decided to leave my shoes on, so I made the right call there.
Yeah. But there were some wacky folks actually in bathing suits swimming in that freezing water. So, yeah, to each his own.
But it was a neat park. As you'll see, there was some children's activities going on that day. There was a museum part that had some of the animals from their native habitats in the area as well. That was pretty neat to check out.
Absolutely. And we had befriended another travel nurse and her family while we were actually in Connecticut, and her kids joined us for a day at the beach. So check out our footage. Our last stop on our Connecticut tour is the home of Mark Twain, which is now a museum. It is in Hartford, Connecticut, the capital, which is about an hour away from New Haven. So it was a perfect day drive to get there.
Little fun fact, he was actually next door neighbors with Harriet Beecher Stowe, who's famous for writing Uncle Tom's Cabin.
Now the grounds are spectacular. The architecture of the home is just beautiful, but we were only allowed to take video and photos of the outside. No flash photography was allowed inside the home.
But it was pretty neat. When you get there and you buy your tickets for the tour, you have two options. You can take a standard tour, or you can take a kind of a deluxe tour, where you get to see a little bit more of the house, and it's actually led by an actor in character as one of Samuel Clemens's family members. Ours happened to be his middle daughter, Susie.
That's right. Super fun. All right, I have a trivia question for you. Now, the author's real name is actually Samuel Clemens, but how did he pick his pen name, Mark Twain? I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with his first job, which was one of his first loves. Stay tuned to the end of the video and we will reveal the answer.
So there it is. 4 places we think you should check out if you're ever in the New Haven, Connecticut area. We went to Peabody Museum, Soldiers and Sailors Monument, Hammond Beach State Park, and the Mark Twain Home and Museum in Hartford.
That's right. So this concludes our Connecticut video series. Of course, we left Connecticut way back in September, so we're still trying to catch up on videos. But our next video series will kind of be a summary of our time we spent in New York City. So be on the lookout for those videos.
And as always, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, give this video a like, and hit that bell that'll notify you anytime we have a new video.
That's right. And also check out Nursing Our Travel Bug on Facebook and Instagram for all of the latest happenings, fun videos. We keep that up to date more often or frequently than we do our YouTube channel. So check it out.
Well, thanks for watching.
Oh, wait. You're probably dying to know the answer to our trivia question.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How did Samuel Clemens pick the pen name Mark Twain? Well, when Samuel Clemens was a young man, he was actually a steamboat pilot on the Mississippi River. And one of the ways that they measured the depth of the river in order to have safe waters, they measured it with a stick, and the measurements were quarter Twain, half Twain, Mark Twain. And Mark Twain meant that you were at the depth of 12 feet, so it was smooth sailing for the steamboat.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Well, when Samuel Clemens was, I can't even say his name. Clemens.
Bloopers!
Samuel Clemens, when he was a young man, was a riverboat pilot, or
Steamboat.
okay, so let's start that again. As a young man, the captain, not a captain, was a pilot of a steamboat. Steamboat pilot? Was it really a steamboat? I thought it was a riverboat.
Steamboat,
Okay.
riverboat.
A steam riverboat?
Steamboat. Let's say steamboat.
Okay, whatever. Shush.
Shush. Bzz. Bzz.
Okay, are you ready? This is gonna be a long
This
ass
is gonna
clip.
be great.
This is gonna be stupid.
Peabody Museum,
Peabody.
Hammond Beach State Park,
You skipped soldiers and sailors. More.
Jagged. Don't talk back.
I don't want to.
A lemur. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. He like to
Move it.
It's Platypus. Do it. You think they're just playing possum?
They actually said that in the bone book, that
Hashtag
they were playing possum.
dad jokes.
Can I ask you a question?
The planes.
How tall are you? Do you play basketball? You're tall, bro.